Hello everyone, I am Sushmita. Today I am going to present Chapter 4 International Financial Environment. My topic is Foreign Investments Pattern, Structures and Effects. First is the introduction of foreign investment. Foreign investment is when a company or individual from one nation invest in asset or ownership stakes of a company based in another nation. These companies may be opening up new manufacturing plants and attracted to cheaper labor productions and favor taxes in another country. So, company or individual from one nation invest in asset or ownership stakes of a company based in another nation. The meaning of the foreign investment. Foreign investment refers to the investment in domestic companies and assets of another country by a foreign investor. Foreign investment involves capital flows from one country to another, granting the foreign investor extensive ownership stakes in domestic companies and assets. In other words, when money will flow from one country to another country, when it is called foreign investment. The picture shows American company invests its capital to the Indian company. The capital is flows between the two countries, America and India. It is called the foreign investment. Next we see the types of the foreign investment. Funds from foreign country could be invested as shares, properties, ownership, management or collaboration. Based on this, foreign investment are classified as follows. First one is the foreign direct investment, second one is the foreign portfolio investment, third one is the foreign institutional investment. First we see the foreign direct investment. Foreign direct investment, an investment made by a company or individual who as an entity in one country in the form of controlling ownership in business interest in another country. Foreign direct investment could be in the form of either establishing into joint ventures by mergers and acquisition, building of new facilities, etc. Second, we see the foreign portfolio investment. Foreign portfolio investment is an investment by foreign entities and non-resident in Indian securities including shares, government bonds, corporate bonds, conventional securities, infrastructure securities, etc. The intention is to ensure a controlling interest in India at an investment that is lower than foreign direct investment with flexibility for entry and exit. So foreign direct investment, if the Indian investing company has foreign investment in it, an Indian company would have indirect foreign investment. This is the type of investment in financial securities such as bonds, debentures, stocks, domestic mutual funds, etc., with an intent to get the financial gain. The third one is a foreign institutional investment. Foreign institutional investment refers to the non-local investors which invest in the financial market of a country. In other words, an foreign entity which is established or registered outside India propose to make investment in the financial market of India. Foreign institutional investors can include pension funds, investment banks, hedge funds and mutual funds. Then we see the structures of the foreign investment. Structures for foreign investment into India include liaison office, branch office, and project office. A liaison office is often chosen by overseas companies as the first steps towards setting up a company in India. The major advantages of establishing a liaison office is that if it is obeying regulation and only adhering to the business activities stated below, it is not subject to taxation in India. A liaison office means a place in business act as a channel of communication between the principal places of business or head office and entity in India, but which does not undertake any commercial or trading or industrial activity directly or indirectly and maintains itself out of inwards. A liaison office can engage in the following activities. First one is the representing the parent company or group companies. Second is promoting export or import from to India. Third is promoting technical or financial collaborations between parent or group companies and companies in India. And last one is assisting communication between parent company and Indian companies. So next structure is the branch office. Any foreign company engaged in manufacturing or trading activities overseas allowed to set up a branch office in India too. First is the export import goods. Second is the render professional or consulting services or promote the technical or financial collaborations between Indian companies and parent or overseas group companies. Next is the project office. The project office is essentially a branch office set up with the limited purpose of executing a specific project, allows companies to establish a business presence for a limited period of time. A business must secure a contract from a Indian company in order to execute a project in India and thus establish a project office. The project office must be funded with remittance from abroad, funded by the point or multinational financial agency. Third one is the cleared by an appropriate authority or based on a contract awarded by a company or entity in India, which in turn is founded by a public financial institution or bank in India. Otherwise, RBI permission is required. Next is the wholly owned subsidiary. Wholly owned subsidiary are the most suitable and widely caused from the business enterprises from foreign investors in India because they allow total control over business operations, provide limited liability, and have fewer restrictions on business activities than liaison office and project office. They have independent legal status as Indian companies, distinct from the foreign parent company. Next is the permanent establishment. Whether an enterprise is a permanent establishment determines the permanent establishment. Whether an enterprise is a permanent establishment determines the right of the state of charge taxes on the income of an enterprise that occurs or arises in India. A permanent establishment is a fixed place of business through which the business of an enterprise is carried on. Whether a foreign invested enterprise is a permanent establishment depends on their business model and any taxes treaty between India and the foreign company's country. Effects of foreign investment. Foreign investment has both good and bad impacts on beliefs. The good impacts is foreign investment has created jobs for local villages. Foreign investment has also helped development the country. Bad is, first one is one negative effect that foreign investment has had and believe his capital flight where most of the money made by foreign investment leaves the believe economy to foreign banks abroad. Very little is invested back into the country and its people. Second one is the plastic wages, where the people of village are not paid affordable wages. Thank you.